Hi, Anil. My name is Shanti Kumar V. I think you have seen my mails and communication with you offline to bring you to this call. And the job description, you have that, right? From
Yeah, yeah,
Indeed, which you
yeah.
applied for. This is the first round of interview to screen your profile and recommend to the client. Okay.
Okay,
So now I have the profile in front of me.
okay,
Can you please explain about yourself in the beginning? Then
okay.
later we'll see the JD.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for giving this opportunity. Like, my name is Anil. I have been working as a DevOps engineer for past 3+ years. So, my experience and surrounding automation, CI/CD pipelines, and managing containerization workloads using a Docker and Kubernetes. So, and providing infrastructure using a tools like a Terraform and across cloud environments such as AWS. And over the last 3 years, have become a increasing the focus on ML-Labs practice, so working closely with the data science teams and containerizing their ML models and starting to build a pipeline to support the reproducibility and model monitorings. So I have been actually learning tools like ML folds for the model tracking, like for serving models. So and explored how to integrate this like a cloud next monitorings, like we are using the Prometheus and Grafana. So once they completed the development, they write a PR request. Once it prop once it the like a access, we trigger the merge request, merge strategies. Before going the product, we have a CR process. Our support team writes the in CR mention like a time description, rollbacks and scannings, and also we are using the Sonar Cube also. We have configured static quality guides and zero issues, zero bugs, zero vulnerabilities. Once will be done, we trigger the prod pipelines.
What is your educational qualifications?
Like my education is a bachelor of degree.
Bachelor of Computer Science, is it
Yeah,
engineering or 3 years?
bachelor of computer science.
Is it 3 years or 4 years engineering you
Yeah,
are
3 years. It is a 3 years.
BSc basically.
Yeah,
BSc. After
BSc.
that, how did you got selected into this company, current company?
Sorry.
How did you get selected into the current company?
A current company also. I'm after a degree will complete. Actually, the qualification is degree.
Hmm.
So I got after I completed my degree, I applied the Infosys job. Then I got the job. So in job role, the qualification is the BA and BSc, BTech also.
So they gave you campus training.
No, no, not campus. Like I'm exploring. Like actually, I'm passionate the technological side and information technology in my childhood also. So I want to learn the everyday new technology. So that's why I'm very passionate the technological side. So I want to move on the IT side. So after degree, I have learned some technologies like Java and Python and DevOps also and cloud also. So apply so many companies I'm applied. So I got a by God grace I got the Infosys job.
No, no, no. That's where my question was. How did you get into Infosys? Is it like directly applied for this job or they selected you for trainee, later on they promoted you into the current position?
No, no, directly applied.
Directly applied for a position. So
Yeah,
that is
direct up.
senior system as a system associate, right? Initially.
Yes. Yeah.
Then later on you got promoted.
Yes.
How?
Actually, my promote like my first role is operation execute role. Then I'm got the promotion system associate. Then I'm go to the now we have a senior system associate.
Okay. A senior system associate means are you dealing any freshers also in your projects?
Freshers. I think no. It's only all the experienced peoples.
Oh, you are working independently. No team members reporting to you.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Like
Now,
in case if
yeah.
I any like in case if I any doubt, so I'm using the like that the AI tools is there. So just I'm recommend.
Oh,
for the
okay.
efforts.
It's a casual information, not
Okay,
the
okay.
team management or something. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Now, I'll ask some questions related to these experiences.
Okay,
Let us say I have one e-commerce application. Okay.
okay,
Now, that application has got weekly builds, weekly deployments. Okay.
okay, okay,
Assume that that is a startup company.
okay,
That startup company wanted one experienced DevOps engineer to work for planning further releases and deployments. I want you to explain the process completely from step one to deployment.
okay. Like,
Can you give the planning layout, how you are going to plan it?
yeah, like first of all, requirement of gathering the plannings, like is there waterfalls models and agile models?
So
Like,
they follow Agile model only. Because wherever DevOps is there, by default they follow Agile
uh,
model because DevOps is included with the CI/CD,
yeah,
right?
yes, yes, correct. So
DevOps
yeah,
is the upgraded version of Agile CI/CD, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Now you can take that as SDLC model.
yeah. First, like first you want the source code, use the like a GitHub. Then you set up the like a Jenkins, like like in GitHub, you trigger the webhooks triggers when when a developer code anything will frequent changes. Webhooks will be triggered. Like there is a different stages like a clone and compile, build and unit test. So in a and building you using the Maven tool, and testing also using the Sonar Cube. And once you write the Docker file, push the images to the push the ECR containers like Elastic Container Registration in AWS. Then you deploy the EKC cluster through AWS.
Okay. Now I have a question. You mentioned like code review, QA testing, all these things. There
Yeah,
are QA testing people, there are DevOps engineers. Whose
like
responsibility is using the Sonar Cube for code review?
in our project I have like a different teams is there, in our my responsibility in our like Sonar Cube we have quality gate configuration, zero issues and zero vulnerabilities and zero bugs. When the developer write any code, then like any zero bugs, the code is a like a not compiling.
No, what for you are going to use Sonar Cube? Is it like you are going to review the code or you are going to check the object files and their compilation process? What for you are going to use Sonar Cube here?
Like I set up an automated Sonar Cube in our in our CI pipeline, ensuring the very pull request is scanned. Well, a developer fixes issues flagged by the Sonar Cube, so I ensure the quality gates and enforced.
Okay. So statistic
Yeah,
analysis you are
code
going to do.
analysis.
Code analysis basically. Okay.
Yeah,
Right. Now, when you do, how are you going to do security testing for application?
like security testings. In our project using security testing, like mainly you are using the Sonar Cube. Like I configure the stats tool in the CSA pipelines, so automatically scan code for the vulnerability before it merged.
Let us say you you have this e-commerce application in cloud.
Okay,
Now you as DevOps engineer going to work for cloud setup also, right? For different environments. Am I right?
okay,
Am I right?
yeah.
Are you working for different environment setup
No,
also in
no,
cloud?
I'm not work. No, I'm not. I'm only working on the cloud,
And which one?
AWS.
Right, but AWS systems are running, right? Then you need
Yeah.
to give access to QA testing team, UAT purpose users, all these things, right?
Mm.
Your client is a major client. They follow rigid process, being a financial company. Am I right?
Yeah.
Sure. So in such a case, as per your responsibility, how the QA testing team is handled it or access controls.
Like in AWS, like is an IAM roles policies there.
Assume that this e-commerce build is given to you. You as a DevOps engineer, you need to set up a QA testing team, and later on, mm, QA testing team will do integration testing, system testing also, right?
Yeah.
Then later on, you're going to use UAT purpose also this build. How are you going to plan it as infrastructure engineer, cloud infrastructure engineer?
Cloud infrastructure engineer. Like a mm, I think we are using the Terraform.
Terraform, what purpose? You are going to use Terraform for automation purpose, but here you need to plan it, right? How environments can be planned it, how you can deploy the builds. While deploying, you might use ML scripts from Terraform. That is fine, but the planning need to be there, right? Some
Yeah.
strategy need to be designed it for infrastructure management, right? Okay. Now, when it comes to the automation, the cloud setup automation, assume that you have a website, WordPress website. This website you need to set up in your AWS account, project account. Okay. And you need to upload the blogs data from the existing site by migrating into the site and release that site on particular region in AWS. This is the requirement. Now, how are you going to do all these things?
Mm. Like first they clarify the key the requirements and
No,
target the
I'm telling you the requirement, right? The requirement is there is a WordPress site running in one region and you have everything there. Okay.
okay.
Uh, they might have automation scripts also. Assume that they have automation scripts. Okay. Either in CloudFormation or in Terraform YAML scripts. Assume that they have Terraform scripts. Okay. In YAML.
Okay.
Okay. Now they wanted you to set up in another region the same system.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Same another region. Uh, okay. It already Terraform scripts is there in.
What are the services you worked on AWS? Can you
I'm
give
working
some
on the
services?
like a EC2
Hmm.
and like a EKC model.
No, EKS is for Kubernetes cluster, right?
Yeah, Kubernetes Terraform AWS EKC models. I'm working on.
Okay. What applications you have done in EKS setup?
Like a application.
Hmm.
What application I'm working on the EKC cluster.
Hmm.
Um, it's my like it's a banking project. I'm currently one AWS EKC. The application Microsoft based on the ML pipelines. So we contain the service using the Docker and deploying them on the EKC. Deploying the AWS EKC models.
Hmm. Right, but now assuming, did you work with Autoscale in AWS?
Yeah,
What is it? What for it is used? Autoscaling.
like auto scaling is like one of the AWS environment.
Hmm.
Uh, it's mainly used for the when servers will be down, will automatically will be go up.
Yeah, that is one feature.
Yeah, one features, but auto scaling in AWS features the automatic adjust the number of the EC2 instance. It help the maintain the application availability and reduce the cost by the scaling on the as or as a need.
Scaling is what?
Like scaling means when like a when server is going up, the another one will be like when server is going up, so scaling is up, so another server will become. So based on will be implemented the auto scaling features. That is set up the number of EC2 instance,
It
and
means you
based
have
on that.
seen only scaling up EC2s. If they are going to be down, then the auto scale is going to be used. But apart from that, are there any special features with auto scale?
Special paging. I think I know that I know that features.
Okay, hold on. Uh, Scaling means what are the features we can implement it in cloud, any cloud, basically. Infrastructure scaling.
Infrastructure scaling.
Hold on.
I think.
Assume that one e-commerce site is there. You take any top-notch e-commerce sites also. Now there is a Christmas and New Year season has come. From Thanksgiving Day onwards, customers will come and give the load to the site. When load is more, they are going to scale up the site. Scaling up in what view? They are not going to increase in the same network the number of EC2s, number of RDS servers, right? They are going to deploy into different regions. How many regions are there in AWS? 18 or 12?
Okay.
Are you aware of how many regions are there?
Uh, Common reasons.
Yeah, AWS data center regions are there, right? Every cloud will have their own regions, right?
Like a US and USD
Yeah,
reason.
APAC is there, Mumbai is there,
Yeah,
Singapore is
Mumbai is there.
one
Yeah,
region, UK, London is there.
yeah.
Then you have Florida is there. Okay, AWS centers, and so many are there in US also, right? In Canada, Toronto is there, Montreal is
Okay,
there. All these are some centers, but within them there are declared regions, right? You can scale up these applications into different regions if load is increasing, right? And
okay.
also you can scale up the infrastructure by region, and also infrastructure can be scaled up by different networks also. When network is scaled up automatically, you are going to see one more cluster of the e-commerce site. Am I right?
Yeah,
All these parameters can be set up in the auto scale, right? In AWS, right?
yes.
That's where the scaling feature is there in cloud services. That's where they are using cloud services. In the past, we were used to spend a lot of money to keep the servers ready for
Okay.
heavy loads, right?
Oh, yes.
And a lot of money we used to spend. What is the benefit of cloud? This is the major benefit, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So looks like you have not tried that scalability of the application infrastructure in networks and also regions. Okay. Fine, fine. Now I'm coming to EKS. You said you are working with EKS.
Yeah.
Let us say one new application is there. You take any WordPress site or any small application. What is the first step to plan for deployment, and what is the last step? What are the different steps it involves?
In EKC cluster.
Yes, you are using Kubernetes, right? EKS means.
Yeah, everyone will be using the EKC cluster.
Hmm. You
Um,
tell that approach.
like a first I like a EKC deploy the container applications. So understanding the app architectures and front end, back end database storages. So define the resources, requirements, CPU, memories, and create the EKC clusters. Set up the node groups and attach the IME roles and securities and configure the networks VPCs. Last step we deploy the like a Kubernetes, like a ML, like helping for the Helm charts.
Okay.
So and set up the like a logging and monitoring. So using the like a, in AWS using CloudWatch and CloudWatch containers, and also Prometheus and Grafana, and logs will be stored at the ELK.
Okay. Is
Um,
it ELK separately you need to set up or it is part and parcel of EKS?
Sorry.
Is ELK you need to set up separately within the cloud or it is part and parcel of EKS services?
No, within the cloud, yeah, like EKS.
EKS is part and parcel of EKS or ELK is part and parcel of EKS services
Yeah.
or
No.
separately you need to install
Like
it.
separately, like ELK is separately installed.
Okay, okay. Now,
Elastic Log Stats Kibana.
is there any monitoring service with EKS?
Like in our project have separating monitoring teams, the ELK.
Hmm.
So in the team integrated the Prometheus and Grafana using the Helm charts. So we have configured the alerting email configurations when the service be down, we send the like email will be sent, and ELK will be store the logs. Like Electric Struct is a database, and like how will we send the logs
Let
will be
us
using
say,
of the.
I'll tell you, I'll ask one question. There
Okay.
is a new server they added in the application, new database server. That is the release coming to you for deployment in EKS. So how are you
Okay.
going to deploy that?
EKC cluster and deploying a, how do you will be deploying them?
There is one application running in your application itself. Assume
Okay.
that they have added one new database server for application access purpose. Okay. Now, how are you going to deploy that upgraded infrastructure into the existing setup?
Like usually uh, usually the form of the document is with the version tag or Helm charts.
Are you aware of the pods in
Sorry.
EKS? Pods, PODS.
Yeah, pods.
What for they are using pods?
Pods is mainly for like a uh, what's it? Like pods is a Kubernetes. You are asking the pod, like in Kubernetes pod.
Yeah, obviously. We're talking about EKS setup only, right? EKS
Yeah,
component setup. Yes.
pods in the Kubernetes.
Okay, okay, okay. Leave it. Now, you work with Terraform, you're saying, right?
Yeah,
In any cloud setup, there is a two-tier architecture. So what are the code snippets you are going to write? Can you explain
courses and methods.
code snippets? Code snippets, are you aware of them?
Yeah,
What are those in
like
infrastructure
a
setup?
like a two-tier application, like a application layer, like a front end.
No, no, no. I'm asking you of Terraform script. Terraform script has got structure, right? For different services. They have code snippets. What is the sequence you are following to create the Terraform script?
So like I'm not aware of the like a Terraform.
Then leave it. Then did you work with JSON with CloudFormation?
No, I'm not working with JSON cloud formation. Just I know like Terraform, I am working the Terraform helping for the AWS EKC model. So we create the open source like a Terraform EKC models, like a resource that with the node groups, and define the VPCs, and like mainly we reference of the AWS like a document.
Okay. Did you work with S3 buckets?
No, I'm not working any S3 buckets, but S3 buckets will be store the logs and anything.
But you wrote in the resume manage EC2 security groups, S3 buckets in
Yeah, S3.
AWS.
Yeah, but I know that the S3 buckets, but I'm not working.
No, you wrote manage it. Manage it in what sense you manage it?
Sorry?
In the resume, work
Uh,
experience, if you see, you wrote manage it Amazon EC2 instances, security groups, S3 buckets, and utilized AWS services like ELB. What is the meaning for that sentence?
okay. Actually, I know that the
Are you in front of the resume?
no, I don't have a.
You don't have resume copy in front of
In
you.
my mobile is there in my mobile.
You mentioned in the last but one third line in work
Okay.
experience. Okay,
Okay.
right. Now you are mentioning about ML, that kind of stuff. Are you aware of what is ML?
ML is the machine learning.
What for it is used in machine learning? What kind of
ML is
systems?
ML stand for the machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. It's all about teaching of the learning patterns from the data and make a decisions and predictions.
Are you aware of any algorithms in ML?
No, no, no. I know that the little bit. I
Like
want to.
regression and
No, no,
random forest.
no. Present, I want to present. I want to interest the AI side, so I want to learn it.
So you are a learner in ML.
Yeah,
Okay. But I don't know how did you apply for this position.
yeah. Because
This is a detailed job description I have given to you on the Indeed published.
yeah, but I want to know see I'm very interesting that side in
See,
AI
interest is
also.
different. Interest is different.
Yeah, it's correct. But
Let us
present, I want.
say, hold on. If your company gives you two pressures uh, for you to use in the projects, they are dumbbell. They don't know anything about sales pipeline, about AWS. How are you going to manage them? The HR says, we have allocated two people for you. Use it for client activities. How are you going to plan to use them when they have zero skills? Are you getting?
Yeah, yeah, I'm getting.
You are in the same position for ML role, right? You have exposure with DevOps. I can't say you are expert in DevOps. You are aware of some of the activities in DevOps, or you are aware of cloud administration, some of them, and
Okay,
Kubernetes administration, some of them. But you are not expert in taking a new application, planning it, and deploying it. Okay, and
okay,
for CI/CD pipeline also you don't have much knowledge to do it, and automation also you don't have much knowledge. In such case, how you are eligible for this ML DevOps role? I have given the detailed points, right, in the job description. Is it clear for you from that? The
yeah,
key
yeah, yeah,
responsibilities are design, implement, automate CI/CD pipelines for ML models. ML models are different activities from DevOps cycle. DevOps cycle comes from software development life cycle, which is having agile model. But ML is not having that kind of activities. They have different activities, different phases of the project. And second line in the key responsibilities, deploy and monitor ML models in production using ML best practices. If you don't have exposure with ML models, design, development, implementation, then how are you going to manage the deployment activities for models deployment in production? Because you don't know what level of model activities they have executed it and handovering the bill to you, how it is going to work, you don't know that. You also need to do some smoke test for that model before taking a decision for deployment purpose or planning for deployment. If it is failing, you can't deploy that kind of applications into production, right? And first of all, You need to understand the ML model activities for that project. To understand that, the basics of the ML, some kind of tasks you need to do yourself and understand them also. Okay. Then build and manage model versioning, tracking, and reproducibility using ML flow, DVC, or Q flow. Basically, ML flow is going to be used for versioning purpose in ML. You take any cloud, equivalent of ML flow, there are services available. Okay. Then Kubeflow is there. In the case also, you can use it from AWS also for versioning purpose. Optimize data pipelines for training and inference workloads. First of all, if you don't understand the ML model activities or phases, you can't understand what is the training for the model. That activity is part of the model designing development. You need to use that activity while deploying that. That is where ML exposure is very much required, experiences are required.
Okay.
Implement monitor logging and alerting to track model drift and performance. Basically, when you are using ML flow or Qflow, there will be logging happens, monitoring will happen, alert will happen. Those need to be tracked later as deployment engineer for ML models. Then ensure security, scalability, cost efficiency in ML deployment. It means security process and scalability also. I spoke to you about scalability using data scale. The similar process can be implemented here to scale the ML model with millions of records in the data sets. Let us say in one data set, 1 million will be there. In another data set, 2 millions will be there. To handle that kind of huge data, we need to plan in production separate data sets handling purpose for scalability of the application also. Scalability in view of in different deploying in different networks, deploying in different regions like WordPress application or e-commerce application. That kind of setup need to be planned it. Then on DevOps team to streamline ML operations. So there are data scientists, ML engineers, data develop DevOps teams will be working. You need to coordinate with them. Then automate infrastructure provisioning using Terraform, Kubernetes, and cloud services such as AWS, GCP, Azure. So all these things are common. You say you know name of the Terraform, you know about Kubernetes, which is called as EKS in AWS. If you know those names, that is not enough. You need to have experience in working with Kubernetes in EKS, working with Terraform scripts, testing them and correcting the errors in the Terraform scripts and deploying the infrastructure using the Terraform scripts. You need to be acquainted with any of the cloud services. Okay, you work a little bit with AWS. That is not enough. Okay. So these are
Okay.
things required for this role. Then required skills for experiences, experience with DevOps, ML ops tools such as Docker, Kubernetes, ML Flow, Kubeflow, and DVC. DVC is a version control system like GitHub. Okay. Then knowledge of CI/CD and automation tools like Jenkins, GitHub Actions, and Argo CD. Proficiency in cloud platforms such as AWS SageMaker. SageMaker is related with AI related activities. You can build AI models, AI development also. And Azure ML, GCP AI platform, strong programming skills in Python, Bash, ML, and Terraform. Did you work with Python anytime in your experience?
Python.
Hmm. Python scripting for cloud.
Like in Python, like in Lambda functions.
Lambda function you used Python.
Yeah, like in our project, we implemented an like
No,
automation is
don't
it.
say we. What you implemented, you tell about your task.
Yeah,
If
implementing the
your
like
team
easy.
is implemented, that is not your task, right? It is collaborative task,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Uh, Then if you don't know it, you say don't know, it did not work. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So Python is mandatory in ML, working with ML. You need to have complete Python skills, uh, debugging activities, testing and debugging. Okay, and also you need to, did you use ChatGPT for any kind of activities?
We are using the like a Git Copilot AI. Yeah.
No, no, don't say we. I am asking you. Did you write any prompts for any kind of activities so far? Any tasks?
Prompts.
Yeah, AI prompts. Are you
Like
aware of AI prompts and scripts? What is the
okay,
difference between AI prompt and AI scripts?
like I don't like prompts like when I want anything, so I want to give on the any like query. That one is a prompt.
Yeah,
As
okay.
yeah, as per I know that that one is right or wrong. That one is right or wrong. I don't know. But what do you want? Like if you want any like a any animal color, like anything, like if you want to know the DevOps or cloud, so you want like in ChatGPT go to the query, okay, I want to know the DevOps, could you provide the some details? So ChatGPT given the some given the some prompt, ChatGPT given some answer.
Did you write AI prompts to get particular Terraform script for a requirement of the cloud infrastructure setup?
No,
Okay. Did you write any Python AI prompt also? No, right? ML
no, no,
or
no.
Bash? You did not do it. But you have written strong programming skills in Python, Bash, ML, and Terraform. That is the gap here. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's all. I found this resume is not fitting here itself. I am saying to you
Okay.
for this role because of
Okay.
you have not experienced much. Uh,
Yeah.
just to have exposure little bit for your activities. That's all. Okay. So
Okay.
anyhow, nice talking to you.
Yeah.
In future, if it is upgraded, you can be in touch basis with us. I'll stop the recording. Thanks for coming for the call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.